Pavishtam Vishnupar Shishimar Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj Shri Gurudev Ki Jai. Nitila Pavishtam Vishnupar Shishimar Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Bhakti Vedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Nitila Pavishtam Vishnupar Shishimar Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nitila Pavishtam Vishnupar Shishimar Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Nitil Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashatarashata Shishmar Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nitil Pravishta Mahabhagavat Shilagorksharas Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Nitil Pravishta Shila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai. Nitil Pravishta Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Shila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Shri Rupano Gauriya Guru Varga Ki Jai. Shri Rup Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jeev Gopal Bhattadash Raghunath Shar Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda Ki Jai. Nam Acharya Shri Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem Se Ko Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Kshetra Mandala Gaura Mandala Vraja Mandal Mathura Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Sarva Abhishta Pradata Giriraj Maharaj Ki Jai. Shri Radha Kunda Shama Kund Ki Jai. Shri Muna Devi Ganga Devi Ki Jai. Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi Ki Jai. Shri Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Shri Purnamasi Yoga Maya Ki Jai. Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev Ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda Ki Jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Grantaraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Ki Jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Śrīmad Bhakti Vedanta Narayaniti Namine. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratishe Namaha. Guruve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tarbhaktaya Namo Namaha. Yang pravrajantam apeta krityam dvaipayano virahakatara ajuhava putreti tanmayataya taravo bhinedustam sarvabhuta hridaya munimanatosmi Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudhirayet. Shrindvatang Swakatha Krishna Punya Shavana Kirtana Ritantasto Yabhadrani Vedhunoti Suhrit Satam Nashta Prayesh Pavadreshu Nityang Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatyutama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki Tavaivasmi Na Jivami Tvaya Vina Eti Vigyaya Radhe Tvam Nayamang Charanantikam Bhaktya Vihina Aparada Lakshay Kshiptastakama Dutaranga Madhe Kripa Maitam Sharanam Prapanna Vrinde Namaste Charanaravindam Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribo, Yashoda Didi, Indira Mataji, Sudevi Didi, Madhavi Didi, Prajumna Prabhu, Mantramurti Mataji, Raj Bhuvan Yadav Ji. Dandavat pranams, everybody. Prajumna Prabhu, yes, in all our temples, we always show Srimati Radharani's feet on Gopashtami. That's the day when you can see her feet in the year. Yes, that's what we do in our mats. I don't know about other temples, but in ours, for sure we do that. It's the one chance to have darshan of her feet. Okay. So what did we read yesterday? Okay, so after Krishna lifted Govardhan Hill, then all the Vrajvasis, all the cowherd men, they were astonished at Krishna's activities. Then Nanda Maharaj told them of Garga Muni's astrological prediction that Krishna had qualities equivalent to Lord Narayan. Ashamed of his impudent act. Okay, so we read that all yesterday. Nanda Maharaj's explanation of that. So Nanda Maharaj, this is at the end what Maharaj said. So Gargarishi, he said a bunch of different things that Gargarishi said. I think it was 13 verses or something, 15 verses. And then Gargamuni said to Nanda Maharaj, therefore, O Nanda Maharaj, this child of yours is as good as Narayan, and his transcendental qualities, opulence, name, fame, and influence, he is exactly like Narayan. He's not saying he's Narayan, he's like Narayan. Thus, you should not be astonished by his activities. So then Nanda Maharaj continued. After Gargarishi spoke these words to me and returned home, I began to consider that Krishna, who keeps us free from trouble, is actually an expansion of Lord Narayan. Angsam. Then verse 25. Indra became angry when his sacrifice was disrupted, and thus he caused rain and hail to fall on Gokul, accompanied by lightning and powerful winds, all of which brought great suffering to the cowherds, animals, and women there. When Lord Krishna, who is by nature always compassionate, saw the condition of those who had only him as their shelter, he smiled broadly and lifted Govardhan Hill with one hand, just as a small child picks up a mushroom to play with it. Holding up the hill, he protected the cowherd community. May he, Lord Govinda, the Lord of the cows and the destroyer of Indra's false pride, be pleased with us. So now, chapter 27. Lord Indra and Mother Surabhi offer prayers. Shri Shuka Uvacha Govardhane Dhrite Shaile Asarad Rakshite Vraje Golokar Avrajat Krishnam Surabhi Shakra Evacha. Shukadev Goswami said, after Krishna had lifted Govardhan Hill and thus protected the inhabitants of Vraj from the terrible rainfall, Surabhi, the mother of the cows, came from her planet to see Krishna. She was accompanied by Indra. Sārārtha Darśinī commentary by Śrīla Viśvanātha Cakravartī Ṭhākura. This chapter describes the prayers Indra recited out of fear, Krishna's mercy on him, and how the Surabhi cow and Indra performed a bathing ceremony for Krishna, on account of which the Lord is called Govinda. Seeing that Vraj had been protected from the rain, Indra, nervous and ashamed, fearfully approached Krishna. The Surabhi cow came on the order of Brahma to help Indra and bathe Krishna. The word Golokat here indicates the material planet called Goloka, which is filled with exceptional cows. Krishna's transcendental Surabhi cows from Braj Gokul could not be with Indra in the material world. Cow planet. Goloka. 1 second. Regarding this question, I've never seen anything, any Gaudiya Vaishnav do anything on Ganesh Chaturdashi. So I don't know what to say on that. I just know that it's not a practice in any of the mats that I've ever heard of. Okay. Vivikta upasangamya vredita krita helana pasparsha padayorenam kiritenarkavarchasa. Indra was very ashamed of having offended the Lord. Approaching him in a solitary place, Indra fell down and he lay his helmet, whose effulgence was as brilliant as the sun, upon the Lord's lotus feet. Commentary. One morning, Krishna went alone to see what extent the lightning bolts of Indra had broken the back of Govardhan. This gave Indra an opportunity to meet Krishna in a solitary place. The specific solitary place where Indra approached Sri Krishna is mentioned by the sage Sri Vaishampayan in the Hari Vangsha, Vishnu Parva 19.3. Sa dadarsho pavishtam vai Govardhana Shilatale. Indra saw Krishna sitting at the base of Govardhan hill. Surabhi had sent Indra with a suggestion. Go alone without your elephant carrier, and in a humble mood offer obeisances at Krishna's lotus feet to get relieved from your offense. By his glance, Krishna said, O king of the demigods, I see that you have unprecedented affection for me. You have come to show mercy to me, who have offended you by stopping your worship. Thus Indra became ashamed. Oh, is Krishna being sarcastic there also? I don't know. Drishta shrutanubhavosya Krishnasyami tatejasa Nashta trilokesha mada idamaha kritanjali. Is there say Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam there? I didn't notice her. Anyways, she'll probably watch later, so don't pronounce it. Say Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, and also Rup Manjari Didi, she always watches later on. Okay. Indra had now heard of and seen the transcendental power of the omnipotent Krishna, and his false pride in being the Lord of the three worlds was thus defeated. Holding his hands together in supplication, he addressed the Lord as follows. Commentary. First, with his own eyes, Indra saw the powers of Krishna. Later, having understood his offense and desiring to alleviate it, Indra went to Mount Meru, where he heard about Krishna's powers from Lord Brahma. Wait. What? Indra went to Mount Meru. Oh, okay. So this is after consulting with Brahma. I got it. Verse 4. Indra uvacha Vishuddha sattvam tavadhama shantam tapo mayam dvashta rajastamaskam maya mayo yang guna sampravaho navidate te grahananubhandha. King Indra said, Your transcendental form, a manifestation of pure goodness, is undisturbed by change, shining with knowledge and devoid of passion and ignorance. In you does not exist the mighty flow of the modes of material nature, which is based on illusion and ignorance. Commentary. You know that I was so foolish that I stopped your worship. This is Krishna speaking. You know that I was so foolish that I stopped your worship and on the pretext of worshipping Govardhan, I enjoyed the offerings meant for you." Fearing such words from Krishna, Indra said, "O Lord, though I'm bewildered by your Maya, I now know a little about you by a speck of your mercy." This is the intention of this and the next verse. King Indra said, "Your transcendental form, your dham, is undisturbed and ever peaceful. It is full of pure knowledge. Does it arise from sattva gun? No. Your form is Vishuddha sattva, transcendental goodness, chid ananda moy. Therefore, you are totally free from the modes of passion and ignorance. Moreover, people can destroy the effects of passion and ignorance simply by remembering your beautiful transcendental form. Though you are not the least bit influenced by the modes of nature like the conditioned souls, sometimes for amusement, you accept a role in this world. Someone may object, but isn't that a fault? No, it is not a fault, because you have no desire to accept any relation with the material realm. Kuto no tadhetava isha isha tatkrita labdhayo ye buddha linga. Oh God. Let me try this again. It's difficult when it's not broken up, these verses. Kuto nu tadhe tava isha tatkrita lobhadayo ye buddhalinga bhava tathapi dandam bhagavan bibharti dharmasya guptyay khalanir grahaya. How then could there exist in you the symptoms of an ignorant person, such as greed, lust, and anger and envy, which are produced by one's previous involvement in material existence, and which cause one to become further entangled in material existence? And yet, as the Supreme Lord, you impose punishment to protect religious principles and curb down the wicked. Commentary. Indra said, "O Lord, if you have no desire to accept the modes of nature, how do their effects such as greed and anger appear within you? How could you not stop my worship without the influence of the modes of nature? And without showing greed and anger, how could you punish the wicked to protect the principles of religion?" Pita gurustam jagatam adisho duratyaya kala upata danda hitaya checha tanubhi samihase mana vidhundvan jagadishamaninam. You are the Father and spiritual master of this entire universe, and also its supreme controller. You are insurmountable time, imposing punishment upon the sinful for their own benefit. Indeed, in your various incarnations selected by your own free will, you act decisively to remove the false pride of those who presume themselves masters of this world. Commentary. Indra said, "As the Supreme Lord, you are complete. So what purpose do you have in protecting Dharma by punishing the evil? It is for the auspiciousness of the universe. Due to your merciful nature, you show affection to those who follow Dharma, just as the father favors his son and the guru his disciple. As Adhisha, the supreme controller, you are fully capable of delivering everyone from suffering and bestowing happiness. But for the evil people, you are insurmountable time, which purifies them through punishment. To benefit both the pious and impious, you appear in various incarnations and perform pastimes according to your own free will. Your pastimes include killing demons like Putana and protecting the devotees. It is also your pastime to deflate the pride of your devotees, such as Brahma, who became intoxicated with the minute power delegated to them by you. Ye madvidagya jagarisha maninas tam vikshakale bhayamashrutan madam hitvarya margam prabhajant tyapasmaya iha kalanam apite nushasanam. Even fools like me, who proudly think themselves universal lords, quickly give up their conceit and directly take to the path of the spiritually progressive when they see you are fearless even in the face of time. Thus you punish the mischievous only to instruct them. Commentary. Among those who think themselves lords, I am the lowest. Indra speaks in this mood. Um, Madvidhagya indicates that Indra is the most foolish of the foolish. The comparison indicates the extreme, as in the example of a face as beautiful as the moon. The moon indicates the most beautiful. Indra continued, seeing that you are fearless in the face of time, I give up my false identity as a controller. Or the meaning can be, not knowing what kind of punishment I will get, I give up my false identity out of fear of you. Giving up our pride, we fully take to the path of your devotion, of your devotees. Therefore, this pastime of lifting Govardhan is your punishment for me. Let me just check the comments really quick. There's Hare Krishna Gargaraji and Nri Hari Prabhu or Bhavatarani Mataji and Riseshwari Mataji and Champak Didi Haribo. Sa tvang mamaishwarya mada plutasya kritagasaste vidusha prabhavam kshantum prabhavo tarhasi mudachetaso maivam punarbhun matirishat me sati. Engrossed in pride over my ruling power, ignorant of your majesty, I offended you. O Lord, may you forgive me. My intelligence was bewildered, but let my consciousness never again be so impure. Commentary. Krishna might have replied, I lifted Govardhan hill to protect Vraj, not to punish you. Now I will call Yamaraj and arrange for your punishment. Afraid of such a reply, Indra fearfully said, as the most famous father and guru, you are merciful by nature. Therefore, please forgive the offense of this foolish person immersed in pride and ignorant of your majesty. You should not purify me by punishment, because I am like a stubborn animal. The moment after the master beats the animal, it again commits the same offense. Instead, you should purify me by your mercy so that my animalistic tendencies do not arise again. Although Indra did attack Krishna, didn't he, when Krishna tried to take the parijata flower? This prayer is not offered with a completely pure heart, because Indra is exhibiting humility in order to save himself. Indra mentions this in the 7th verse. Later in the 10th canto, we find that when Krishna once took a parijata flower from heaven, foolish Indra again reacted violently against the Lord. Ooh, cool! I got the point. Okay, verse 9. Avavataro yamadhokshajeha bhuvo bharanam urubhara janmanam jamupatinam abhavaya deva bhavaya yushmach charananuvartinam. You descend into this world, O transcendent Lord, to destroy the warlords who burden the earth and create many terrible disturbances. O Lord, you simultaneously act for the welfare of those who faithfully serve your lotus feet. Commentary. Indra said, you have appeared in this world for our benefit because of our prayers. Even knowing this, I have been blind and acted foolishly. Now, having been punished, I can see the truth. You descend to destroy the demoniac warlords who harass the earth, and to bring prosperity to those who faithfully serve your lotus feet. But I am neither of these, so you neither destroy me nor bless me. Alas, it is my great misfortune that you remain neutral towards me. Namastubhyam Bhagavate Purushaya Mahatmane Vasudevaya Krishnaya Sattvatam Pataye Namaha. Obeisances unto you, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Great Soul, who are all-pervading and who reside in the hearts of all. My obeisances unto you, Krishna, the chief of the Yadu dynasty. Commentary. Indra said, therefore, let me just surrender to your lotus feet and offer you respects. This is expressed in 2 verses. Uddhav says, Krishna, the primeval Lord and master of matter and spirit, appears in this world in different avatars as portions of Mahavishnu, who is also his part. Therefore, in this verse, Indra pays respects to all the expanded forms which are within Krishna when he appears on earth. I pay my respects to Lord Narayan of Mahavaikuntha. I pay my respects to Mahavishnu, creator of the Mahatattva. I pay my respects to Garbhodakshai Vishnu, the supersoul of the total universe. After paying respects to the plenary portions of Krishna, Indra pays respects to the Ankshi, the source of the avatar, the source of the Ankshas. I offer respects to Vasudev, the son of Vasudev. I offer respects to Krishna, the lord of the Yadu dynasty. Swachandopata dehaya vishuddha jnanamurtaye sarvasmai sarvabhijaya sarvabhutatmane namah. Unto him who assumes transcendental bodies according to the desires of his devotees, unto him whose form is itself pure consciousness, unto him who is everything, who is the seed of everything, and who is the soul of all creatures, I offer my obeisances. Commentary. Indra said, I pay respects to you, who accepts bodies in order to give happiness to your premi bhaktas, who serve you in the sacred raptures of Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, and Shringar. Being non-material, your transcendental body is completely pure consciousness, without a tinge of illusion. You possess unlimited multifarious energies, such as Mahamaya. You are everything. You are the seed of everything and the soul of every creature. Thus I pay my respects to you. Mayedam Bhagavan Goshta Nashaya Saravayubhi Cheshtitam Vihate Yagye Manina Tivramanyuna. My dear Lord, when my sacrifice was disrupted, I became fiercely angry because of false pride. Thus, I tried to destroy your cowherd community with severe rain and wind. Commentary. O Indra, I can understand from your recitation of praises that you are my devotee. But without your sanction, the wicked Samvartak clouds attacked my Vraj. Therefore, you should punish them. Fearing such an innocent scolding from Krishna, Indra thought, alas, I cannot be duplicitous with the all-knowing Supersoul. Therefore, in this verse, Indra decided to confess that everything was his fault. Krishna and Indra might have had the following conversation. Krishna, but Indra, how is it possible for my devotee to do this? Indra, I became angry when my worship was stopped. Krishna, though I am your master and I stopped your worship, I cannot believe that my servant would do such a thing. Indra, anything is possible for one who is falsely proud. Krishna, though pride may somehow arise in my devotee, he will remove it with intelligence. Indra, but intense anger destroys all one's intelligence. 13. Tvayeshanu grihitosmi dvastastambo vritodhyama Ishvaram gurumatmanam Tvamaham sharanam gata. O Lord, you have shown mercy to me by shattering my false pride and defeating my attempt to punish Vrindavan. To you, the Supreme Lord, spiritual master and supreme soul, I have now come for shelter. Commentary. Indra said, though I have caused great disturbance to Raj, I have received your mercy like a sick person being diagnosed and given medicine by a doctor. Thus cured of my disease, I have given up the urge to release my lightning bolts. Because you control everything, you are the Supreme Lord. Because you give benefits to everyone, you are the Supreme Master. Because you are the supreme object of love, you are the Supreme Soul. Shri Shuka Uvacha. Evam Sankirtita Krishna Maghuna Bhagavanamum Meka Gambhiraya Vacha Prahasan Idam Abravit. Shukadev Goswami said, thus glorified by Indra, Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, smiled and then spoke to him as follows in a voice resonant like the clouds. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Maya Tetkari Maghavan Makha Bango Nugridnata Mar Anusmritaye Nityam Matasyendra Shriya Brisham. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, my dear Indra, it was out of mercy that I stopped the sacrifice meant for you. You are greatly intoxicated by your opulence as King of Heaven, and I wanted you to always remember me. Commentary. Shri Krishna and Indra are herein having a heart-to-heart talk. Indra sincerely revealed his mind to the Lord, and now Krishna similarly reveals his own purpose. Mam Aishvarya Shimantandho Madandho Dandapanim Napashyati Tang Bhramshayami Sampadpyo Yasya Chechamyanugraham. A mind blinded by intoxication with his power and opulence cannot see me nearby, with the rod of punishment in my hands. If I desire his real welfare, I drag him down from his material. If I desire his real welfare, I drag him down from his materially fortunate position. Gamyatam shakrabhadrang va kriyatam me nushang sanam stiyatam swadhikareshu yukterva stambhavarjita. Indra, you may now go. Execute my order and remain in your appointed position as King of Heaven, but be sober, without false pride. Commentary. Though Indra was alone, Krishna here addresses him in the plural form, because this grave instruction was meant to be a lesson for all the demigods, like Varuna, who is mentioned in the next chapter. Krishna said, continue in your position, but remain sober and without false pride. Otherwise, I will punish you again. Shri Krishna did not promise here that Indra would not be afflicted by pride again. Later, to carry out Krishna's pastime of stealing Indra's parijata flower, it was necessary for Indra to show pride. Ataha Surabhi Krishnam Abhivandya Manasvini Swasantanar Upamantriya Goparupinam Ishvaram. Mother Surabhi, along with her progeny, the cows, Mother Surabhi, along with her progeny, the cows, then offered her obeisances to Lord Krishna. Respectfully requesting his attention, the gentle lady addressed the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is present before her as a cowherd boy. Commentary. The heavenly cow, Surabhi, affectionately thought to the spiritual cows of Vraj as her own offspring, though they were offspring of the transcendental cows that play with Krishna. Similarly, though Sri Krishna actually comes from the dynasty of the spiritual moon, the Chandra Vangsha, the material moon often thinks of Krishna as his offspring. Surabhi, along with the cows of Vraj, respectfully begged Krishna for his attention and offered the following prayers. Surabhir Uvacha. Just checking. Okay, Prajumna. Yeah, it is nectar, isn't it? Surabhir Uvacha. Krishna Krishna Mahayogen Viśvatman Vishvasambhava Bhavata Lokanathena Sanatha Vayamachuta. Mother Surabhi said, O Krishna, Krishna, greatest of mystics, O soul and origin of the universe, you are the master of the world, and by your grace, O infallible Lord, we have you as our master. Commentary. Mother Surabhi is feeling great ecstasy, so she repeats the word Krishna, Krishna. Surabhi said, You are called the greatest of yogis, because you protected my offspring by lifting Govardhan Hill with your mystic powers. We accept you as our master, whereas our so-called master Indra had tried to kill them. Tvamna paramakang Daivam Tvamna Indra Jagatpate Sai Bhavaya Bhava Go Vipra Devanam Yecha Sadhava. You are our worshipable deity. Therefore, O Lord of the universe, for the benefit of the cows, the Brahmins, the demigods, and all other saintly persons, please become our Indra. Commentary. Surabhi said, You are our worshipable Lord, who gives supreme happiness. Though you have appeared in a family of cowherdmen, you are the master of the universe. You stopped the sacrifice to Indra and easily defeated him. Therefore, you are qualified to be our Indra. 21. Indrang nastva bishekshyamo brahmana chodita vayam avatirno si Viśvatman bhumer bharapnut bhumer bharapanutaye. As ordered by Lord Brahma, we shall perform your bathing ceremony to coronate you as Indra. O soul of the universe, you descends to this world to relieve the burden of the earth. Commentary. Surabhi said, As you are our Indra, we will install you in the role of Indra with an abhishek. Krishna said, By whose order do you want to do this? Is it some independent desire? Surabhi. It has been ordered by Brahma. When Indra was afflicted with fear, he went to Brahma to explain everything about your Govardhan Leela. Brahma felt somewhat fearful upon remembering his previous offense to you, so he gave me this order. O Surabhi, you are very dear to the Lord, the protector of your relatives. Therefore, you should go to Krishna, the ocean of mercy, get Indra forgiven for his offense, perform an abhishek, and install Krishna as the king of the cows, the Indra of the cows. You may ask, what is the benefit? You may ask, wait, is this Brahma speaking? No, this is Surabhi speaking. You may ask, what is the benefit of an abhishek to you, who rarely attain, You may ask, what is the benefit of an abhishek to you, whose rarely attained lotus feet are served by Brahma and Shiva, and who is the Indra, the king of billions of universes. We want to do this for our own purification. Although you are the invisible soul of the universe, you appear to relieve the burden of the earth. If you did not appear, how would we ever become fortunate? Shri Shuka Uvacha Evam Krishnam Upamantriya Surabhi Payasatmana Jalar Akasha Gangaya Airavata Karodritai Indra Surarshibhi Sakam Chodito Deva Matrivi Abhyasin Chattadasharham Govinda iti chabhyadat. Shukadev Goswami said, having thus appealed to Lord Krishna, Mother Surabhi performed his bathing ceremony with her own milk, and Indra, ordered by Aditi and other mothers of the demigods, anointed the Lord with heavenly Ganga water from the trunk of Indra's elephant carrier, Airavat. Thus, in the company of the demigods and great sages, Indra coronated Lord Krishna, the descendant of Dasharha, and gave him the name Govinda. Commentary. After praying to Krishna to accept the post of Indra, Surabhi bathed the Lord with her milk. Because Indra was embarrassed by his blunder of attacking Vrindavan, he was reluctant to worship Krishna. However, after receiving encouragement from Aditi and the other heavenly mothers, Indra felt authorized and then bathed Sri Krishna. Though Krishna had appeared in the Dasharha dynasty, because he had a greater desire to be a cowherd, they named him Govinda. Go means cows, and Vinda means to protect. Go can also mean Swarga, heaven. Therefore, Govinda can mean one who enjoys the position of Indra. Go also means the senses. Govinda then means one who protects or nourishes the devotees by attracting their senses. Oh, that's a nice meaning. Tatra gatastumburu naradadaya gandharva vidyadhara siddhacharana. Oh, whoops. Let me say this. Tatragatastumburu naradadayo gandharva vidyadhara siddhacharana Jagur yasho loka malapaham hare surangana sannan ritur mudanvita. Tumburu, Narad, and other Gandharvas, along with the Vidyadharas, Siddhas, and Charanas, came there to sing the glories of Lord Hari, which purify the entire world. And the wives of the demigods, filled with joy, danced together in the Lord's honor. Tang tushtuvur deva nikaya ketavo Hyavakirangschar bhuta pushpa vrishtibhi Loka parang nivritam apnuvangshtrayo Gavastadagam anayam payodhrutam. The most eminent demigods chanted the praises of the Lord and scattered wonderful showers of flowers all around him. All three worlds felt supreme satisfaction, and the cows drenched the surface of the earth with their milk. Commentary. The chief demigods, such as Varuna, praised Govinda and covered him with an amazing shower of multicolored, fragrant flowers. The cows moistened the earth with their milk. Nana raso gahasarito vriksha asan madhusrava akrishta pacho shadhayo girayo bibranun manim. Rivers flowed with various kinds of tasty liquids. Trees exuded honey. Edible plants came to maturity without cultivation, and hills gave forth jewels formerly hidden in their interiors. The rivers, commentary, the rivers flowed with various tasty liquids, such as milk. Interesting. Without cultivation, the planets yielded mature grains and ripened fruits. The surfaces of the mountains manifested an array of excellent jewels. Krishne bhishikta etani sarvani kurunandana nirvairanya bhivangstata kururanyapi nisargata. O Parikshit, beloved of the Kuru dynasty, upon the ceremonial bathing of Lord Krishna, all living creatures, even those cruel by nature, became entirely free of enmity. Commentary. After Krishna's Abhishek ceremony, all living entities gave up their natural animosities towards each other and became friends. That's sweet. Etigo Gokula Patim Govindam Abhishichyasa Anugato Yayo Shakro Vrito Devadibhir Divam. After he had ceremonially bathed Lord Govinda, who is the master of the cows and the cowherd community, King Indra took the Lord's permission and, surrounded by the demigods and other higher beings, returned to his heavenly abode. Thus ends the commentary on the 27th chapter of the 10th canto of the Bhagavatam, for the pleasure of the devotees in accordance with the previous acharyas. All right, so tomorrow we will read about how Krishna rescues Nanda Maharaj from Varunadev. Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaur Hari Bo, Jaya Radha Govinda Radha Govinda Radhe, Jaya Radha Govinda Radha Govinda Radhe. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Jai Shishi Guru Gauranga Gandharika Giridhari Shishi Radha Vinod Bihari Ju ki Jai. Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtara Shata Shishimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Gosai Maharaj Srila Gurudev ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtara Shata Shishimad Bhakti Vedanta Vaman Gosai Maharaj ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtara Shata Shishimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtara Shata Shishimad Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Gosai Maharaj ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtara Shata Shishimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Gosai Prabhupada ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishta Maha Bhagavat Srila Gorksharas Babaji Maharaj ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishta Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Ṭhākura ki Jai. Nitya Lila Pravishta Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj ki Jai. Shri Rupano Gauriya Guru Varga ki Jai. Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath, Shri Jeev Gopal Pata Dashagunath Shara Gosai Prabhu ki Jai. Shri Sarup Damodar Raya Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda ki Jai. Nam Achay Shri Haridas Thakur ki Jai. Prem se ko Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Shri Kshetra Mandal Kora Mandal Braja Mandal Mathura Vrindavan Dham ki Jai. Sarva Abhishta Pradata Giriraj Maharaj ki Jai. Shri Radha Kun Shama Kun Yamuna Ganga Tulsi Bhakti Devi ki Jai. Shri Hari Nam Sankirtan ki Jai. Grantaraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai. Shri Sārārtha Darśinī commentary ki jai. Śrīla Viśvanātha Cakravartī Ṭhākura ki jai. Shri Giridhari Gopal ki jai. Shri Govinda Dev ki jai. The real Indra of Raj. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shinitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari. Vrindai Tulsi Devai Priyai Keshavasacha Krishna Bhakti Padadevi Sattvatāya Namo Namaha Pancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyaya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Dandavat pranams everybody. Hari Bol and Dear Mataji. Alright, so see you all tomorrow. Jai Shri Radhe.